Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Knock at the Cabin. This is a new movie from 2023. It is rated R with a runtime of an hour and 40 minutes. As of the recording of this video, this movie sits at a Rotten Tomato score of 68% for the critics, 64% for the audience. I think I'm very aligned with those scores. I think it's fair. This movie is directed by M. Night Shyamalan, written by M. Night Shyamalan, Steve Desmond, and Michael Sherman, based on The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. And we'll talk about the book towards the end of the video. So let me give you a quick synopsis of this movie. While vacationing at a remote cabin, a young girl and her parents are taken hostage by four armed strangers who demand the family make an unthinkable choice to avert the apocalypse. With limited access to the outside world, the family must decide what they believe before all is lost. Which, if you've seen the trailer, sounds like a very interesting premise. This movie stars Dave Bautista, Jonathan Groff, Rupert Grint, Nikki Amuka Bird, Ben Aldridge, Abby Quinn, and Kristen Cui. We will focus on a few of those performances. Although I'll say overall, um, the cast was fantastic, and the movie itself was pretty entertaining. I think audiences nowadays are a little bit cynical when it comes to M. Night Shyamalan movies. Going back through the filmology and just stay tuned. The filmography and stay tuned. We'll definitely have a video ranking all the M. Night Shyamalan movies. I think M. Night Shyamalan is a pretty good director. I think sometimes the writing can get a little bit cumbersome, but we'll talk about some of that stuff. So overall, Knock at the Cabin is a captivating film. I think the direction and I think what really brings the story together is the charisma and the performance that the cast delivers. The movie just features such outstanding performances from his cast, highlighting really Dave Bautista as a standout. I think his character, his delivery, and his performance are fantastic. But also, I want to credit Kristen Cui, who plays Wen. She's the little girl in the trailer. She is the heart of the film. Like, I don't think any of this stuff would have been as successful without her performance. Like, she is really, really great talent, and she really delivered. But like I mentioned, everyone else in the cast, all the other supporting players, I think just as well. They just deliver great performances that enhance this movie. Another thing I want to touch on: the music and sound design play a vital role in creating an intense and suspenseful atmosphere, adding to the overall enjoyment of the film. The movie's visuals are eye-catching with a stylish and moody visual style that perfectly complements the tone of the movie. So there are moments where the sound and the music, like I've gone back and just watched a few of my favorite scenes from M. Night Shyamalan movies. He always works with great sound designers and composers, and I think this movie might have even had like a live orchestra. Or during the credits, I saw that we like during the credits description, you could see people playing real instruments. So I believe they had a real orchestra, which I don't think you see as much in movies because it's expensive and it's a way that studios try to cut costs. Now, however, the movie is not perfect. The movie does have its flaws. Some of the scenes feel very indulgent, over stylized. I think there are certain shots that are done for very well for effect, but I think sometimes the director and just the cinematography just really uses that type of shot and that style a lot, where it kind of dilutes the effect for some of the other stuff. I think some of these moments may detract from the overall experience, but they don't take away from the fact that Knock at the Cabin is still a very enjoyable thriller. Interestingly enough, it's a departure from Shyamalan's more complex and layered previous works. I think instead it offers a very straight and a very straight forward movie and a story. I think we expect these movies to have like twists and turns all over the place. I will say, as you guys know from M. Night Shyamalan movies, he always finds a way to put himself in the movies, and this is no exception. This one, it was actually kind of funny, which took like it will take you out of the movie, I think, once you notice it. So let's before I get to my conclusion of this, let's talk a little bit about the departure from the source material. Now, I haven't personally read the book. I did review, like, I did some research before the video, and the book actually was very popular. It's very recent, I believe, from 2018. And some stuff has changed, like a little bit of stuff has changed. But overall, the movie is very faithful to the material. Shyamalan really does make it his own movie, especially when it comes to the final act of the film. So, in conclusion, Knock at the Cabin is a very well made movie that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's very well paced, very interestingly. It just really develops into a narrative that you can follow, and will have you questioning even what would you do in a situation like that. Exceptional performances, strong sound design and music, and just a visually striking movie to look at. I think if you're a fan of M. Night Shyamalan's work, this is definitely worth you catching at the theater. So despite some of his shortcomings, I think it's a well-crafted movie that is sure to satisfy. And even if you wait till you can watch this at home, I think it'll be entertaining. So let me know what you thought of Knock at the Cabin if you've seen it. Like I mentioned, we will come up with a list of all our favorite M. Night Shyamalan movies. There's one more movie I need to watch that I've never seen. So I'm going to just watch that and then make a ranking, because I think his career is worth revisiting. Now, I will only go back as far as The Sixth Sense because I feel like there's a couple movies that he did before that uh, I haven't seen and I don't have any intention of wanting to watch. We'll start from The Sixth Sense and move forward to Knock at the Cabin. Also, as I was doing research, there's another project that he's working on, which, at this point I'm fully invested in just checking out M. Night Shyamalan movies. So let me know which one is your favorite down in the comments. And stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.